Well, hello, Calvary Bible Church family, and all those that are watching with us. If you don't know, I'm Pastor Ethan. I'm the senior pastor here at Calvary Bible Church, and to my right is our assistant pastor, Bob Marsh, and our youth pastor, Patrick Young, and our children's director, Cindy Ray. And so we are the pastoral staff here at Calvary Bible Church, and we just wanted to take a moment to share with you some of our heartfelt feelings and some of the challenges that we've faced, as well as some of the things that we've been able to do and accomplish during this whole COVID-19 pandemic, and even give you some reasoning and provide some understanding for how we have handled and navigated the direction of our church and the plans and the decisions that we've made through this whole pandemic. And so I'll just begin by saying, first off, as the senior pastor here, and this being my first year here at Calvary Bible Church, first off, I'm so grateful and thankful to be a part of this church and to be a part of a loving church body, if you will. And it has been, no doubt, though, a challenge for all of us, I think. 2020 has felt more like it's been 5 years than 1 year because of this whole pandemic. But I will say I am so grateful, and I know we as a staff are so grateful for the support and the love of our church family during all of this. But it has not been without its challenges. We, like you, have just been tremendously discouraged and disappointed because of not being able to be together and to fellowship and just be in church and to see you all. We miss you all very much, and we look forward to when we can get back together, of course. But it has been very discouraging, no doubt. And we are right there with you as a church family in all of this. And no doubt some of the decisions that we've had to make were tough decisions, and certainly nobody wants to make those decisions. But I will tell you that as a staff throughout this year, as we've faced new information and all the different things that have come to the surface with this whole pandemic, we have been sort of round the clock working together, just trying to rethink and reinvent the way we do things and trying to stay connected with you all, as well as accomplish new things during this time. And I will say, with the decisions that we have made, it was not sort of a fly-by-night decisions, not any one of them. We as a staff came together and we worked together through those decisions as well. We included our elder board in making these decisions, and so there was a lot of conversations, a lot of looking at all different sides of the cube to see what the best possible response would be and stuff. So we want you to know that we took very much considerable time, and we're handling this thing with the utmost sincerity in it all. But we are grateful at the same time for what we've been able to do. During this whole thing, we've been reaching out still to people in our church, people in our community. God has given us opportunities to minister. We've had events outside the church where you see, like in the summer, where we had a sort of a gathering of church bodies at a ball field and held services and things. And so that's just awesome to see what we can do as well. We were blessed to be able to hire some new staff to our church. We hired a multimedia director, Scott, who is now videoing for us right now. And he has just done a phenomenal job in developing so much here at Calvary Bible Church on the virtual side for us. And even further, we've been able to hire a youth pastor. Patrick and his wife Kendra have just come on board during all of this, and what a thing to step into at this time. But they have just done a phenomenal job, and they are so gifted and skilled, and we're so grateful for them being here and just the impact and influence that they have had during all of this. And so that is what I've kind of come across as a nutshell here. I'm going to hand it over to our assistant pastor Bob here to share what he has on his heart.
Okay. Well, welcome. Thanks for watching. And again, we love you. We miss you. We can't wait to see everybody again. We really do appreciate those who've been coming out as long as we have been trying to have services, even though we've seen the numbers go down. And certainly our Sunday school classes have been diminished because of the tight spaces. But we really embrace that and have appreciated that. And even those who have been faithful watching at home, we respect every decision, whether you chose to come out or felt you needed to stay at home. We really do appreciate everyone and just try to support all of your decisions. But I wanted to encourage you with 4 spiritual disciplines, things that we need to do all the time, whether it's pre-COVID or not, but certainly during these times more than ever. I want to encourage you with 4 spiritual disciplines. And the first one is to seek God and then study His Word, socialize where you can, when and where you can, and serve when and where you can. So the first one is seek God. Be in prayer. Yes, God knows your heart. He knows what you're thinking, but He wants you to tell Him anyway. Yeah. Speak to Him. Your ups, your downs, your fears, your doubts, your joys. Share them with Him. Be in prayer. Patty she works hard on putting out that weekly prayer sheet on Wednesdays. We're all getting other prayer requests through different avenues as we pray for COVID patients and others. So there's plenty of things to be in prayer and petition about. So make sure you bring those to the Lord. All with thanksgiving, but bring your prayers to the Lord. And then don't forget to study God's Word. One of the greatest ways that He will talk to you is through being in His Word. Yeah, prayer is important, and sometimes we need to zip our lip and just listen as He speaks to us. But when we're in His Word, He will speak to you like He's never done before. So be in His Word. Break out that study Bible. Get commentaries. Do a little more than just, I read my chapter for the day, or I read the whole book of Jonah today. Break it down into smaller subtopics, paragraphs, even break apart every single word and see what truth God has for you in there. So be in His Word. And also socialize where you can. I know we're doing the social distancing and mask things, but we can all find somebody that we can reach out to. And hopefully you have somebody that you can actually meet with in person. Especially those of you who live alone. We were never meant to walk this walk of faith alone. So make sure you're communicating with others. Even if it is just through a letter, email, a card, or phone call. But find some time, at least once a week, to actually look somebody else in the eye. Be in the presence of other people. It's very important. So don't be an island out there. Don't be by yourself. Reach out to people. And also, if you reach out to others and connect in some way. I know this week I was driving through town, and I saw a homeless guy walking down the street. I put my mask on. I pulled over, rolled down the window. He actually had his mask around his neck. He put his mask up. And I said, "Hey, it's cold out here. Can I buy you a cup of coffee?" I was kind of surprised. He goes, "Yeah," and he hopped in. We went over to Burger King, and I bought him a cup of coffee, and we sat there across the table and talked for a little bit. Then I said, "Have a great day." I introduced him. I made sure he knew the local churches in the Lewistown area that could help him. I made sure he knew where the homeless shelter was, and we said goodbye. But it was one of those random acts of kindness that you can still do. Yeah. And then also I'd encourage you in the socializing to do the not so random things. Just call someone and say, "Hey, can we get together? We can go for a walk. We can be outside together. We can do something to be in community together." And then the last S, old pastors have to have things in the same letters, so you know that to seek God, study, socialize, and then also service. The last one is service. Look for ways to serve people. Our food box ministry is still open. It's the 3rd Saturday of the month. We're wearing masks, social distancing, but these needs are not going away just because of the pandemic. And then you can even reach out to someone and say, "Hey, is your house winterized? You got things ready to go. Can I come over and do something for you?" Our spiritual gifts are there. They're to be used all the time. Even if you feel shut in, this is a great opportunity to get out and do something for somebody else. It will really make you feel better serving others. So I hope you're encouraged by just continuing steadfastly, faithfully in these 4 spiritual gifts.
Yeah, imagine taking over a youth ministry for your first full-time position in the middle of coronavirus, and that's what happened with me. I took over the youth pastor position in August, and it's crazy. I've already been here 4 months, but we've done a lot already in this first 4 months. We re-transformed the youth room. I'm tired of painting, but I guess that it was a good thing. It needed to be done, and it has a fresh look in there. So if you're in the church, when we meet back together again, go take a look in the youth room. It looks really nice in there. Doug Wilt just finished putting up a wood wall in there today, so it looks really nice. But I've been, I guess, probably the same as most of you, struggling through this coronavirus time, because we got connected with the kids, familiar with the kids, they got familiar with us, and then all of a sudden we had to shut down. And you're trying to build those connections, you're trying to make those connections stick and last, and just when it seemed like we were getting there, we shut down. And that was kind of discouraging to me. But at the end of the day, things that you can't control, you shouldn't worry about. They're in the Lord's hand. The Lord will control all of those things. So, we were sitting there, and I was trying to think, what can we do while we wait? And, rather than just sitting back and just waiting for things to be done, what can we do? How can we be busy right now doing those? Many in Mifflintown are closed during this time without any type of service that they can watch virtually. So I'm thankful for Scott and all that he does, and all the different people that come in, our music worship team that steps up and sings every Sunday for us. But it's been a blessing to be here, and I'm thankful to be here, and I hope you all are safe.
Hi, I just wanted to say how much I miss everyone. This has been a challenge for me this year, because most of you know by now that I'm a planner, and come May I just threw my planner out because it got discouraging and disappointing, having to cancel. But it has stretched me to think outside of the box, and I'm very grateful for a great team of people that I have, that we were able to make the changes we needed to hold a drive-through Easter egg hunt and have the VBS to go. I was really grateful that the numbers were down and we were able to hold some of our events like our carnival and our fall festival. So I really appreciate that you're still participating in those things, whether they're virtual or whether they're in person during this time. Because I really do miss everyone, especially the kids. And I also want to say how much I appreciate the encouraging messages I receive, and the little cute videos and pictures and stuff. And I love staying connected with you through that. I'm even using snail mail. We've sent out some cards and some stickers and some fun things when I find them. Some packets may be coming home here in the next couple weeks for the kids also. But please remember that just because we're not meeting in person, that doesn't mean that you can't still reach out. Please, call, message, whatever that I can do to help during this time. Provide resources, prayers, just a phone call. I miss my mommy group. I miss all of our conversations and that support, because as much of an encouragement as I try to be for you, you are to me. So I would just love to stay connected with you. And I can't wait to be back in person and plan more fun for next year. Thank you.
Well, that sort of does it. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Patrick. And thank you, Bob, for sharing there. Thank you guys for listening and watching with us as well. We can't say thank you enough for just all your prayers and all your support and all your love. And I hope you got to see our hearts a little bit, see some of the direction that we've provided, and as well just be transparent with you to hopefully give you some reassurance and just a confidence in us. We certainly miss all of you. We are looking forward to being back, our goal that we have set right now, and we'll continue to evaluate and reevaluate things, but we have a projected plan of being in person back on January 3rd, and hopefully we can be back to in person and just enjoy fellowship with one another again and just be together. But you know, we don't like all that's going on, but at the same time, we know God has this. We know God is in control, and as Bob shared there through those different points there, how much we need to be depending on Him, how much we need to be trusting Him through all of this, knowing that in the midst of this it seems sort of difficult and bleak, but God's going to do something, we know, through this all, and we're believing in that, we're trusting in that. And if we don't see you before the new year, we want to wish all of our church family and those watching a very Merry Christmas, and just try to do your best to just keep Christ in the very center of Christmas as well as in the center of your lives, and you will just be blessed until then. Thank you so much.